What if the secret to living a long, joyful, and fulfilling life isn't hidden in some exotic, faraway destination, but lies within you? Have you ever wondered why some people exude a quiet sense of purpose that keeps them going, even in the face of challenges? What if you could unlock that same clarity and energy by simply understanding your Ikigai, your reason for being? In Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life, authors Hector Garcia and Francesc Miralles take us on an extraordinary journey to uncover the Japanese philosophy of Ikigai, a concept rooted in finding meaning and balance in life. This isn't a book about grand, unattainable ideas. Instead, it's a guide to discovering the small yet profound practices that can transform your daily existence. Through the wisdom of Okinawan centenarians, people who have lived over 100 years with health and happiness, the book reveals timeless principles for living with purpose. From embracing simplicity to cultivating strong social connections, and from lifelong learning to finding joy in daily tasks, Ikigai provides a practical blueprint for a life worth living. Are you ready to uncover the principles that make life not just longer, but deeply fulfilling? Let's dive into the heart of Ikigai and explore how this timeless wisdom can guide you toward your most meaningful life. A hidden treasure in the Okinawan way of life. The journey begins in the picturesque villages of Okinawa, a Japanese island known for hosting some of the world's longest living people. Here, life flows at a slower pace. Elders laugh together under blooming cherry trees. Neighbors share fresh vegetables from their gardens, and rituals of gratitude fill every corner of life. The authors introduce us to Okinawa as the land of moai, close-knit social groups, and hara hachibiyu, the practice of eating until you're 80% full. But more than these habits, what defines Okinawan longevity is their Ikigai, their reason for waking up every day. For some, it's the craft they've mastered over decades. For others, it's the joy of caring for grandchildren or contributing to their community. Unlike in many parts of the world, where retirement signals a withdrawal from purpose, Okinawans never truly retire. They stay active, engaged, and connected, seeing life as an ongoing opportunity to grow and contribute. This seamless integration of purpose and daily living is at the core of Ikigai, and it's one of the first lessons the authors share with us. Let's dive deeper into the summary and build the narrative to cover all principles, using engaging storytelling, detailed insights, and original lines from the book. I'll now expand into the core concepts of Ikigai. The pursuit of purpose, a universal journey. Purpose is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It gives meaning to our days and lights the path through challenges and uncertainty. As the authors explore Okinawa, they find that every person, regardless of age, has a deeply rooted Ikigai that sustains them. Whether it's tending to a family garden, practicing a traditional craft, or teaching younger generations, their purpose is not measured by financial success, but by the joy and fulfillment it brings. The authors remind us that our Ikigai doesn't have to be extraordinary. Quoting a centenarian from Okinawa, they write, "It's not about doing something grand or world-changing. It's about doing what makes you happy while helping others." This beautifully simple wisdom forms the foundation of the book. We are encouraged to look inward and identify what drives us, not through societal expectations or external rewards, but through the intersection of four key questions. 1. What do you love? 2. What are you good at? 3. What does the world need? 4. What can you be paid for? Finding flow in the everyday. One of the most inspiring principles of Ikigai is the idea of flow, a concept introduced by psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, which resonates deeply with the Okinawan way of life. Flow is a state of deep focus and immersion in an activity, where time seems to disappear and your actions feel effortless and joyful. The authors write, "When we are in flow, we are truly alive. Every action, movement, and thought follows naturally from the previous one, like playing jazz, The Okinawans naturally incorporate flow into their lives by engaging in activities that challenge them just enough to keep them interested but not overwhelmed. A potter loses himself in the spinning of his wheel. A farmer finds joy in the rhythm of planting and harvesting, and a weaver creates intricate patterns that require skill and focus. For us, the lesson is clear. To live with Ikigai, we must find activities that immerse us in flow. It could be cooking, painting, writing, or even solving puzzles. Anything that allows us to lose ourselves in the process and emerge with a sense of accomplishment and joy. The power of small steps, Kaizen, and consistency. In our fast-paced, goal-oriented world, we often fall into the trap of pursuing drastic change. But the Japanese philosophy of Kaizen, or continuous improvement through small steps, offers a gentler, more sustainable approach. The authors observe this principle in action during their visit to Okinawa. One centenarian explains how she has perfected her tea brewing technique over decades, not by making sweeping changes, but by refining one small detail at a time. This mindset is reflected in the Okinawan diet too, where meals are prepared with care and eaten mindfully, ensuring every bite is savored. The happiest people don't rush through life. They savor it. Their secret is to improve by 1% every day, the authors explain. For readers, Kaizen becomes an invitation to take small, meaningful steps toward our goals. Instead of overhauling your entire lifestyle, focus on one tiny habit, whether it's drinking a glass of water each morning, journaling for 5 minutes, or practicing gratitude before bed. Over time, these small changes add up, transforming your life without the stress of perfection. Rituals and rhythm, the framework for joy. Life's beauty lies in its rituals. Whether it's a morning cup of tea, a daily walk, or a quiet moment of reflection, rituals ground us in the present and bring structure to our days. The Okinawans are masters of ritual, incorporating mindfulness and intention into even the simplest activities. The authors describe how a group of elders begins their day with stretches and light exercises in the community square. Another family comes together every evening to share stories over a warm meal. These rituals are not grandiose, but they are deeply meaningful, creating a rhythm of life that fosters connection and joy. The lesson here is to create your own rituals, moments that anchor you and remind you of your Ikigai. Whether it's writing a gratitude list, practicing yoga, or simply taking a few deep breaths before starting work, rituals help us approach life with mindfulness and purpose. Hara Hachibu, the wisdom of moderation. One of the most fascinating lessons from Okinawa is the practice of Hara Hachibu, a Confucian-inspired teaching that encourages people to eat only until they are 80% full. This principle reflects the Okinawan philosophy of moderation, which extends beyond food to every aspect of life. The authors note that Hara Hachibu is not just about physical health. It's also about cultivating gratitude and contentment. By stopping before they feel completely full, Okinawans remain mindful of their meals and avoid overindulgence, a stark contrast to the more is better mentality prevalent in many cultures. For readers, this principle offers a simple yet profound way to embrace moderation. Whether it's in eating, spending, or even working, the goal is to find balance and avoid excess. As the authors write, true happiness comes not from having more, but from needing less. The art of lifelong learning. In Okinawa, aging is celebrated as a privilege, not a burden. The elders continue to explore life with curiosity and a sense of purpose, often taking up new hobbies or perfecting old ones. This reflects another key principle of Ikigai, the art of lifelong learning. The authors highlight how Okinawans stay mentally and emotionally vibrant by embracing a mindset of growth. A 102-year-old fisherman still goes out to sea, teaching his grandchildren the art of catching fish. An 85-year-old woman takes calligraphy lessons, savoring the joy of mastering new strokes. For them, learning is not limited by age. It's a lifelong pursuit that keeps their minds sharp and spirits high. To live with Ikigai, the authors write, we must be perpetual students of life, always open to discovering something new. For readers, this principle serves as a reminder to nurture curiosity and embrace opportunities for growth. Whether it's reading a book, learning a new skill, or even revisiting an old passion, the journey of lifelong learning enriches our lives and keeps us connected to our purpose. The role of community and connection. A recurring theme in Ikigai is the importance of social bonds. In Okinawa, no one lives in isolation. The people form moai, small, close-knit groups of friends and neighbors who support each other through life's ups and downs. These groups provide emotional security, companionship, and a sense of belonging, key ingredients for a long and happy life. The authors recount a heartwarming story of an Okinawan woman in her 90s who credits her moai for her happiness. Every week, she meets with her group to share stories, offer advice, and simply enjoy each other's company. We celebrate together, we mourn together, and we help each other, she says. The power of connection extends beyond moai. Okinawans prioritize relationships with family, neighbors, and even strangers, practicing kindness and generosity in their daily interactions. As the authors note, happiness multiplies when it's shared. For readers, this principle encourages us to invest in our relationships and cultivate a strong support network. Whether it's reconnecting with old friends, joining a community group, or simply spending more quality time with loved ones, fostering meaningful connections is central to living with Ikigai. Resilience through adversity, the secret of a long life. Life is not without challenges, even for the people of Okinawa. Yet their ability to navigate adversity with grace and resilience is one of the reasons they live so long. The authors explore the concept of gamen, a Japanese term that means enduring hardship with patience and dignity. In Okinawa, resilience is rooted in purpose. When faced with difficulties, the people rely on their Ikigai to guide them forward. A farmer who lost his crops to a typhoon rebuilds his fields with determination, knowing that his work feeds his family and community. An elder who loses a loved one finds solace in her garden, nurturing new life as a way to honor the past. The authors write, resilience is not about avoiding pain. It's about finding meaning in it and using it as fuel to move forward. For readers, this principle teaches us to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. By connecting with our Ikigai and focusing on what truly matters, we can navigate life's storms with strength and grace. Mindfulness and presence, the beauty of the here and now. At the heart of Ikigai is the practice of mindfulness, living fully in the present moment. The people of Okinawa embody this principle in everything they do, whether it's preparing a meal, tending to a garden, or enjoying a conversation. The authors describe how an Okinawan elder, while making tea, focuses entirely on the act of pouring water and arranging cups. Her movements are slow and deliberate, infused with care and attention. This mindfulness transforms a simple task into a moment of peace and joy. The present moment is all we have, the authors remind us. By living in the now, we can find happiness in even the smallest details of life. For readers, this principle invites us to slow down and savor the present. Whether it's by practicing meditation, engaging in mindful activities, or simply taking a few deep breaths, mindfulness helps us reconnect with our Ikigai and appreciate the beauty of everyday life. Simplicity as a way of life. Another cornerstone of Ikigai is the Japanese art of simplicity, reflected in their homes, diets, and daily routines. In Okinawa, people live with few possessions, focusing instead on what truly brings them joy. Their homes are uncluttered and harmonious, designed to create a sense of calm and balance. The authors highlight the principle of wabi-sabi, the appreciation of imperfection and impermanence. In this philosophy, a cracked teacup or a weathered piece of wood is not seen as flawed, but as a symbol of beauty and resilience. True happiness, the authors write, is not found in acquiring more, but in appreciating what we already have. For readers, this principle is a reminder to simplify our lives and focus on what truly matters. By decluttering our physical and mental spaces, we can create room for Ikigai to flourish. As the authors conclude their journey, they leave us with a powerful message. Ikigai is not a destination, but a way of life. It's about aligning our passions, values, and actions with a deeper sense of purpose. Whether it's through small, intentional steps or profound moments of self-discovery, Ikigai offers a path to a life that feels meaningful, joyful, and uniquely our own. Our purpose is not to chase happiness, but to live it, the authors remind us. And when we live with Ikigai, happiness becomes a natural part of our being. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Ikigai, get ready for our next summary, The Millionaire Fastlane by M.J. DeMarco. In this transformative book, you'll learn how to break free from the slow lane of traditional financial advice and accelerate toward wealth, freedom, and a life of abundance. Subscribe now to unlock the secrets of financial independence.